Welcome to your season opening press conference. What will be the 50th anniversary season of the Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross Championship. I'm Jason Wygant. I'll be the TV host this year on MAV TV and NBC. Our first press conference today is our 250 preseason press conference. We're joined by a wide variety of racers, including last year's champion of the series from Team Honda HRC, Jett Lawrence, last year's championship runner-up from Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing, Justin Cooper, third in the standings, Hunter Lawrence, Team Honda HRC. Also joined by RJ Hampshire, had a win last year of the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna team. Joe Shimoda, fifth in last year's standings of Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki. Michael Mosiman of the Troy Lee Designs Red Bull Gas Factory Racing Team. Max Voland of Red Bull KTM. And Derek Drake representing the BarX Chaparral Suzuki team. Those are our rider representatives. But we do want to give a little additional information on the series. So I'll actually turn it over to the president of MX Sports Pro Racing, Davey Coombs, if you want to give us some welcoming remarks and things we might want to know about as we get the 2022 season underway. Davey?
Yeah, thanks, Weech. I'm actually out here at Palo. We just finished today's open riding session. It's so cool to see, everyone out healthy. It's going to be a really exciting season. The weather's going to be great this weekend. And, man, after an amazing Supercross season, and congratulations on everyone for completing that, and the guys who were on both coasts. It was really exciting to watch, and to have you all together for all 24 motos this summer is going to be excellent. And for the fans at home, we've got a lot of cool things planned. Jason Wygant's going to be joined in the booth by some of the greatest stars in the history of this series, and it's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to watch, everything's going to be on MAV TV. We'll have 3 races on NBC. And if you want to watch it stream, MAV TV Plus, we have 2 specials going on right now. If you use the passcode PROMX50, it'll get 50% off of your first month, which means it's like $3.50 to watch a month of Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. And then if you have the PROMX10 code, that gets you $10 or 10% off an annual pass. So all the motos live, except for what we're going to show on NBC. It'll be just live over there. And thanks, everyone. Thanks to the teams. Thanks to the riders. And thanks to the fans. It's going to be a great summer of American motocross.
Okay, thanks, Davey. As usual, you folks in the media are pretty familiar with these Zoom press conferences. Use the raise hand feature to get in line for a question, to give everybody a chance to do that. I'll ask the first one. I'll go to Jett Lawrence, our defending champ. Jett, actually, last time we saw you in Monster Energy Supercross, tweaked an ankle a little bit there. How is the preparation coming for motocross over the last couple of weeks, Jett?
Yeah, it's was a little bit of a bump in the road, but I mean, it was just a bit of a sprain. But we're back. It's still a little bit annoying every now and then, but we'll be good. We'll be fine for the outdoors. So yeah.
Thank you. I see Michael Antonovich. You have your hand raised. Go ahead.
Cool. Thanks, Weech. This one will be for Hunter. Hunter, after the season that you're coming off of right now in Supercross, you have quite a bit of hype behind you. You're a national guy anyway. We know that outdoors is your forte. How does it feel coming into this year? Just another year older, another year faster, another year smarter.
Yeah, it feels good. Looking forward to kicking it off. Obviously feeling really good on the bike and my body and stuff. So yeah, just looking to get it underway. It's going to be a long series, 24 motos. So just take it moto by moto.
Next up is Grace. You can go ahead. You have your hand up.
Grace Woelbing with Speed Sport here. I have a question for Joe Shimoda. So in an Instagram post that you made after Denver, you kind of talked about needing more than 4th place, and you were staying positive about where you were at. So I just want to ask how your Supercross results kind of play into your mental preparation for outdoors, if they kind of serve as a motivation for a win, if it's encouragement that you can stay consistent, or if you still feel like that win's just out of reach.
For sure, it's the result that I had on Supercross. It seems to be pretty far from winning, and I think a lot of guys think the same way. But I mean, the season's over, and outdoors is a whole different thing. And just want to start a new season with good energy, and we'll see what happens.
Thanks.
Next, we'll go to Alex Gobert.
Thanks, Weege. Yeah, Alex Gobert, motoonline.com. This one's for RJ Hampshire. It was rumored during the preseason that you may be stepping up to the 450 class, but obviously you're here in the 250 press conference. So was there anything in those rumors or?
Yeah, it was I was a 450 guy for about 4 days. I got the call last week, actually 2 weeks ago now. And we heard Malcolm was going to be out for a little while, and how the contracts are set up is we needed 450 guys to go. And yeah, I was all for it. Rode Malcolm's bike a couple times in Florida, and then I'm like, hey, I need to come out and get a setting. So I came out, tested Monday, Tuesday at Glen Helen, and felt really good. Felt awesome, actually. And did a moto at the end of Tuesday. And whenever we finished, it was like, all right, sweet, we're going racing on this 450. And we happened to bring the 250 out that day. And before we made our minds up, we wanted to see kind of just how we were on both of them. So I jumped on the 250, and within 4 laps, I was pretty dang close to the same speed on that as I was on the 450. Kind of all came together as a group: Austria, KTM, Husqvarna, the whole team, and felt like for the brand, our best bet is to stay down on 250s and really kind of have a fight in us. Yeah, it was cool. I kind of showed my value and my worth a little bit on the 450, and I was excited. The team was excited, but we can only control this year. So I'm contract to race 250 and ready to go out and kind of just give it my all on this.
Right on. Thank you.
Thanks. I will go to Max Voland next. Max, same thing. We missed you a little bit at the end of Supercross, so just give us an idea of your status. Are you ready to go? We're still on the mend.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready now. Had a little bit of an injury, towards the end of Supercross season. Yeah, not ideal, but yeah, definitely had about 3-4 weeks on the bike now. So put in some good work, and I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot with the bike and the team and my conditioning and endurance and strength. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Paula. Of course, last year was good for me, and yeah, just try and do the same thing I did last year, but try and finish it off that first moto.
Yep, almost won that one. Let's go to Mitch Kendra next.
Hey, can you hear me? Hi, Mitch Kendra from Racer X. My question is for Michael Mosiman. So kind of having a strong Supercross season like you did, what's your mindset? What are your goals for the summer heading into Pro Motocross?
Man, this is like to share the goals, to not share the goals. It was totally a great Supercross season. I feel like I have a lot to just build on, and I learned so much in the Supercross season, and I'm really just excited to reset the points and go for it again. My bike outdoors, we made hardly any changes from last year, and it feels really I just feel really comfortable. I have a really good feel with the front end under braking, and I was just complimenting the guys today, and I think we have a really good machine. And I was strong into outdoors last year, and kind of carry that momentum on top of Supercross, and I just feel like I have a wave kind of that I've been riding, and we're just gonna keep riding it out. I will share my goals. I haven't fully set them in stone, but the goal's to win 5 races this summer and to finish 3rd or better in the championship. So super excited, and I think that's well within reach. And 5 races ought to put me right where I want to be. And yeah, keep moving up.
Cool. Thanks for the honesty.
Okay, next we will go back to Michael Antonovich. Go ahead, Michael.
Cool. Thanks, Weege. We'll go back to Max Voland to kind of embellish on what Weege said a little bit. You led laps last year, and you continued this great tradition of some young kid in the 250 class coming out and setting the tone. After leading so many laps in an amateur race, how different is it to do it as a pro? What was that sensation like? And then when the engine did let go, how much did you feel like either a weight off your shoulders or a burden or anything like that?
Yeah, honestly, the difference from leading a bunch of amateur races to leading that first race last year was no different to me. I kind of just related it back to being at Retta's and just trying to click laps in and keep going. And
yeah, it was unfortunate the bike broke, and honestly, I rode so good that first moto for my first professional outdoor moto ever that I really wasn't too bummed about it because I had good pace and I was up front for a while, and then yeah, even the second moto was still good for me. So I wasn't too bummed on the bike failure. I mean, it definitely sucked my overall result, kind of hurt it a little bit for sure, but yeah, it was good and it felt pretty similar to me, so I'm pretty used to it.
Thank you.
I have a question for Derek Drake. I know it's been a bit of a rebuild for you. We didn't get you at all the races last year. I know you went through a heart procedure actually, or a couple of them. So give us an idea of your health and how much better do you hope you'll be this summer compared to what we saw last year?
Yeah, definitely. Last summer was kind of was a miss for me. I did the first couple of rounds and it wasn't right. So I had a heart procedure done, and then I was planning on coming back, and then that first one didn't work. So I do another one in October. So yeah, Supercross, just getting some gate drops in, and looking forward to doing full 24 motos in this outdoor season and running up front.
Do you feel significantly better than you did this time last year, essentially?
Yeah, definitely. My conditioning and strength and everything's up a level, obviously, from where I was. So I feel good on that, feel good on the bike, and yeah, we'll see.
All right. Thanks, Derek Drake. I'll go back to Alex Gobert.
Hey, this one's for Jett Lawrence. You're coming into this championship as obviously the defending champion. You're on a different bike to the one that you won the title on last year. So what's the mindset like? Any different pressure wise, or yeah, just tell us about that position.
Yeah, no, nothing really different from last year. Yeah, it's a new bike, but we already showed Hunter and I in Supercross that it's a really good bike. So I think nothing different from last year. I mean, last year it was more so of a let's see where my speed at and see if I have a chance at this title or not. Where this year it's more so I know I am capable of winning another championship, but let's see if I can just kind of put it together. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see how this bike is. We've been doing some testing, so it's feeling great and should be good.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Grace Woelbing.
This one's for RJ. So while you did kind of have a tough Supercross season, it was also one of your most successful by your own standards, just because you managed to finish the entire series. And so how do you plan to continue that consistency into the motocross season?
Yeah, that was huge for myself and for the team. We struggled a lot with setup and kind of where we were on the bike for most of it, but I really feel like we've got a pretty good base coming into outdoors, and this bike's good outdoors. It's got a good kind of platform already, and the guys over and the MXGPs have been racing and doing well on it. So gives us a little bit more confidence coming in. Supercross or outdoors has been well to me, the last couple of years. So it'll be nice. I just want to be in the battle again, and yeah, like you said, click it off and take it moto by moto.
Awesome, thanks.
I'm going to follow up to that actually with you, RJ. You were pretty upfront about trying to find the right settings for the new bike in Supercross. Has it come together better and more quickly for motocross?
Yeah, it has. We kind of had that 450 dilemma in there a little bit. So I set my bike up in Florida. We tested 2 days on the 250 and felt like I got a really good base. And then I've been on the 450 for a couple of weeks and was really making a lot of progress on that and found some things that kind of translated a bit to 250. And then once I got back on that, we were straight back on our base that we tested from the first time. And like I said, I feel like we have a really good setup coming in. And that's where we struggled with before. It's just we didn't really have a base. So it's kind of like we were always guessing going into the weekends. So at least now like I know where to go and have a good feel kind of to what direction we want to go with it.
Okay, thanks. I'll go to you, Joe Shimoda. Supercross was kind of a rough start, and then we did see some flashes there. Are there lessons learned from Supercross to have this motocross season be a little more even across the board? Because you're usually known as a consistent guy, but we saw more ups and downs in Supercross than usual.
Yeah, it surprised me too, honestly. Like I thought I was in control, but realized I wasn't, and kind of was finding the balance in the middle of the season, and then I ended up going on the ground. So I mean, when you get injuries, you can't really do much. You have to like wait and then regroup again. And yeah, after my injuries, like kind of refocus, I would say. Like I think I was better controlling myself. I mean, did what I could. I didn't really have a preparation time to the first race at Seattle, but I just did what I could do, and I feel like each race I got better and better. And I mean, the result didn't show, but just have to keep trying, you know.
Okay. Gobert, we will go back to you.
Hey, Hunter Lawrence, you're on I guess a run of top 3 results in terms of the championships that you've been in. Really solid, a lot of race wins in Supercross. For you at this point of your career, obviously the goal is to win a championship outdoors. That would be taking it off of your brother as such. But I guess the question is, do you consider yourself still, from your GP background, an outdoor guy or a Supercross guy, or yeah, what's that sort of balance like for you? Because yeah, obviously you got the high potential in both.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say like, I don't think I can say that I'm like, dominant, more dominant motocross than Supercross, just, due to the fact that I think I'm pretty well-rounded, a well-rounded rider in all conditions of outdoors. And then, same with Supercross. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't really use I'm a GP rider, or a GP rider, and this and that, because I mean, we ride, like, I think it's fair to say 50%, maybe more, less, maybe 60% less outdoors here in America than we do in Europe. You got to think that the preseason in the GPs is 3 to 4 months, from the last race, and all we do is ride outdoors. So I hear it's kind of 2 weeks after the last round, and then you've got those days during the break on West East Coast races where you kind of bouncing back and forth between outdoors and Supercross. So yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
No worries.
Thanks. I will go back to Max Voland. It was a rough season for you at times in Supercross, even before the injury. Where is your confidence coming into this? Are you looking forward to a reset, or is some of that still lingering as you try to get back on track here?
Yeah, of course, Supercross was, kind of a disaster, you could say. It didn't go any way planned that we wanted it to go, but stuff happens. You have a tough season. You just gotta, forget about it. And I had some good results in outdoors last year and finished my last round with my best result. So I'm just gonna pretend that Supercross didn't happen. And the last race I did was Hangtown last year, and I'm just gonna go from there and try and carry that momentum into this first round. And yeah, I got 2 local races for my first 2 rounds, so I'm looking forward to it. And I'm confident on outdoors. I know I can ride outdoors fast and hard for 30 minutes 2 times. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I feel good.
Okay. Michael Antonovich, we will send it back to you.
Cool. Thanks, Weege. This one is for Michael Mosiman. So unlike your other 2 brand mates or company mates, like with Max on the KTM and then RJ on the Husky, your bike is completely unchanged this year. And like you said, you're not even touching a clicker from last year's setup. How is that to have a variable taken out, something that you don't have to get so distracted in, so you can work towards those goals, like you said, of finishing in the top 3 of the overall and chasing 5 wins? It's just one less thing to really have to put your mind to, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I think you said it well. And we have made some changes. We changed the forks, got a stiffer setting in the forks, and that was huge. But as a general principle, we've changed very little, and I think it's huge because I have so much time on this bike that I know exactly what it's going to do, and I have so much confidence to push it and to really find the edge, because I know exactly where the edge is, and I know exactly how it's going to respond, and I know exactly when it's going to kick and when it's not going to kick, and that comfort and and then, the amount of motos I did, when Supercross went east and I was West Coast rider, and when you have the same setting and you just do lap after lap after lap and you don't really get caught in the weeds, it's a big deal. And even out here the past 2 weeks, it's like the other guys are kind of testing around and trying to find something that they like, as far as like on my team, and the others I presume as well. But I was just getting my motos in, and I feel like I'm really in rhythm already, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, because like you said, you have a lot of history on this bike, even back to the Husqvarna days, which is a little bit different, but the same. Do they ever come to you with something that you want to change? Like, how do you not get caught up in the whole, we could make the bike perfect or we could make it better? How do you keep that in mind?
That's a great question. There's, kind of different theories on it, because there's one theory where it's like, well, if there's 1% better that we can get the bike, then let's go after 1% better, because those 1%, they add up and they make a difference. But there's another perspective that, the better your bike, even if it's not perfect, or and it's got some things that aren't just exactly how you want it, but if you know it and you're happy with it and you're comfortable, then part of it's just like leave them alone. And so that's a balance, and I think those are two different views. And years past, I think I would have gone for the 1%. Oh, if it's better, let's try it. And and we have tried a little bit, but very, very little. And we're kind of just going with the ideology of let's get really familiar. Let's know the bike. I trust it, and we know it's good and performed last year. And there's no reason why I can't go out and perform at a high level this year on the same bike. So,
Thanks, guys.
One more for Derek Drake. Derek Drake, you're from California. Like most riders, you spent some time in Florida. Do you look at the first 2 rounds of the series as tracks that are better for you and you really want to make a statement, or would you rather build as the year goes on? What should we be looking for?
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy, I don't really have a track I dislike. I really enjoy going to every single track. They're really different in their own ways. But yeah, my local races are Paula and Hangtown. I grew up 4 hours away from each of them. So I spent quite a few laps at Paula and Hangtown. So it'd be cool to run up front there, especially.
And our final question goes to Jett Lawrence. Same thing about the tracks. Jett, you've raced 3 times at Pala. You've won all 3 races there. So is there something special for you at Pala? And I'll follow that up. If you don't win at Pala, does that mean it's a complete disaster since you've won every other time you've been there?
I don't know. Well, it's funny because I think Pala is probably one of the most tracks I dislike. It's so brutal on your body, so I'm not a fan of Pala. But I mean, hey, we've had some pretty good motos there, so I can't complain about it too much. But yeah, I'm excited to get these 2 rounds, kind of the Cali rounds done, and then start getting onto the more of the East Coast tracks. Those are real fun ones. But if I win, that's great. If I don't, hey, it's not the end of the world, as long as I am still in reach of the front boys. So yeah.
Okay, that's our 250 press conference. We'll let the 250 riders go. If the media wants to hang out about 2 minutes away, we will start our 450 press conference at 2:30 Pacific. But thanks to our 250 riders for attending. We'll see everybody this Saturday, Fox Raceway at Pala for round 1, Lucas Oil Pro Motocross.